He needs no introduction. Tiger Woods is one of the most storied golf players of all time. So it makes sense that his life is now being told by one of the most prolific storytellers ever, best-selling author James Patterson. Tiger, Tiger, the title, a reference to the famous William Blake poem, if I'm not mistaken, tells the tale of Woods' life as it's never been told before. And apparently nothing is off the table. From a child prodigy to becoming the golden boy of golf, Woods eventually fell from grace after public scandals and injuries made him tabloid fodder and one of the most scrutinized athletes in the world. But then something happened. He became the all-American underdog. And when no one thought he'd win again, Woods pulled off one of his greatest comebacks in sports history. It's all in Patterson's Tiger Tell-All. It's out last week, but it's already on the green, hitting the New York Times nonfiction bestseller list. And joining me now is best-selling author James Patterson himself. Hey, great to have you back on the show.
Hello. We get the weekend coming for beaches and people go golfing and, you know, whatever.
Yeah, or you could just read James's book.
Absolutely, that would be a good thing. Yeah.
You say this book is written for non-golf fans. What do you mean?
I think both. I think he's an important figure. I tell you, one of the things, and I wish we could do more of this in the world, anyone who reads this book will understand this human being. And I think if we did more of that in the world, it would be a better place. And it goes from, you know, him being on the Mike Douglas show that was a show a long time ago, in case people don't remember.
Yeah, you're dating
at 5
yourself,
years old,
James.
and saying, well, no, I don't know him myself. I just have heard about it. That he would beat Jack Nicklaus someday, beat Jack Nicklaus's record. He didn't, but I mean, it was incredible. And also just understanding who he is. When he was a little kid, he was nearsighted. He had a stutter. And even at Stanford, even his friends, his nickname was Urkel.
Urkel, why
he's
Urkel?
Sort of a little kind of a nerdy guy, you know. He lived golf, but when you get the whole story, you get a feeling, you understand why. I don't know if he really dated much, and he found this beautiful woman who was very smart and married her, and he probably wasn't, or he definitely wasn't a great husband.
Yeah.
But you understand kind of why.
But
it's a little like, I remember being interviewed by England, or somebody in England, and they were saying that in a way he was brought up like somebody in the royal family. He didn't have a life, you know, and all of a sudden he's 20 years old and got a lot of money.
Did you speak to Tiger Woods for this?
No, I did speak to a lot of people, people at Nike, friends of his, golf, and people that golf with him, coaches, et cetera. And they were all willing to speak, and they all said positive things about him. But none of them wanted attribution because Tiger doesn't like them to talk about him, which is fine. But he should, because they say good things.
How did you recreate these scenes? I mean, you have a very dramatic scene in the book where Tiger Woods is confronted by his wife, Elin, after he was caught cheating on her. If you didn't talk to Tiger, did you talk to Elin? I mean, how did you, readers, when you're reading this, you feel like you're in the room.
Right. There's a lot of information out there about him, and we do our best. I mean, certainly, I think it's pretty accurate. And the thing I never do, I don't take cheap shots at anybody. It's just not my style. And as I said, what I really would love, and I wish it happened more often, you know, I mean, people they'll read like 10 books about Churchill, but they never really understand who he is. I think if people read this book, they'll go, okay, I understand it. And you know, has he had some bumps in the road? 100%. But I think he's a really good father. You don't read about Sam, his daughter, too much. But he asked her to do the speech for him when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And she said that she had already inducted him into the Dad Hall of Fame. You know, and I think he was a really neat father. There's one scene that I love, and it says a lot about him. He always had trouble sleeping. And when Sam was a baby and she would cry, he would mostly be the one that would get up. And this image of him, he would take her into his exercise room, put her on his lap or chest, and then do leg presses until she would fall asleep.
Yeah.
And that's just pure Tiger, the good father, the, you know, obsessive athlete, et cetera, you know.
James Patterson, the book is Tiger, Tiger, all about Tiger Woods. Who else? Great to see you again.
Nice to be seen.
All right, coming up for us. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.